All right, YouTube, welcome back. So I have leased vehicles, new vehicles, for probably close to 18 years now, and it's usually a 3-year lease. So we've leased Honda, we've leased Mercedes, we've leased Kia mostly. And you cannot return the vehicle damaged. You cannot return the vehicle with bald tires and the check engine light on and broken interior parts. So I'll tell you my Mercedes experience was their lease was actually pretty good. So if you take out your credit card and there was any scratches or dings or damage that you could cover with your credit card, they did not charge you for that, which is a pretty good deal with Mercedes. And I don't know if that's still current because I haven't leased a Mercedes in 25 years. 20 years. I know that every time that I turn in my Kia, I make sure the oil is changed and the tires are replaced because I drive them until they're bald. And I don't rotate them, so I at least put a new set of tires on. Filters and things like that, they don't check any of it. And if there's any extreme damage to the vehicle inside and out, I make sure that that's taken care of through my full coverage insurance before I turn that back in. So there is going to be like chips and scratches and things like that, and they usually don't bang you for it. The last Kia lease that I turned in, I think it was $1,500 in mileage overages. And I don't think it's really been much, ever been more than that, because I don't turn them in beat to crap with the engine light on and destroyed interiors and body damage. So I hear some people out there saying that's not how it is and they turn their lease vehicle in all destroyed and jacked up. No, that's not the case. Somebody's paying for that, and it's usually you, the leasee, who's returning it in. So we did a video about Tesla's lease turn-in program where they said that they wanted you to take a coin and take pictures of the tires and send them in to Tesla. You know why? Because they were going to charge you for tires. There's no other reason why you would take pictures of the tire treads and then pictures of the interior and exterior. This way they can, because of their the way that they do business, they don't want you interacting with their non-social employees that they have. So you can't really talk to anybody. They barely want to communicate to you at the service department. So I said, absolutely not will we do anything for Tesla. They can kiss my ass. We're not doing any inspection. We'll do a video of the car when we drop it off, and then we're out. Peace. Because you know what that was all about is you're going to say, oh, the tires are worn. You wore the tires out, and you know whatever they charge for tires and the body damage and the interior damage, and you know they're going to whack the piss out of you. They're going to send you a bill, and if you don't pay it, then they're going to send you to collections. So, but yeah, Mercedes was probably the easiest one, but I don't usually return my vehicles abused and destroyed. I don't wash them, but I make sure that they're in pretty good shape when they go back mechanically. Like I said, I change the oil regularly. I do put tires on, and if I don't think I've ever worn out a set of brakes on a leased vehicle. 3 years and 36,000 miles. Nah. Mostly just minor body imperfections and scratches and stuff like that. You know, most of it's out of my control because of other people jacking your shit up. No engine lights on, no tire lights on, and I usually get banged for over mileage. But yeah, so I don't know how anyone out there is saying that they're turning in leased vehicles that are completely destroyed, like need a body shop. I don't believe that at all. But if someone has any other, actually, the guy who owns the F-150, he purchased a Dodge Diesel from Majestic, who's next door to us. And so I was working on the car, and he's Anthony. He's interrupting a video, and he says, "How's my truck?" Because he purchased it and he had a problem, right? So he purchased it. The battery went dead for one reason or another. The next morning, he jump starts it and he blows the main fuse, and then he rides the used car dealer about this. So they drive out to his house and bring the vehicle to me. We put a new battery in it, figure out that the customer blew a fuse, look it over, this, that, and the other thing, and get the car ready to go back to the customer. So he says, my truck's good to go. I'm like, yeah. I said, did you do your research before you purchased a diesel truck? Have you ever had a diesel truck? And he's like, no. I said, you do realize, unlike the vehicle that you leased that's not neglected to death, that you're going to actually have to repair and maintain this truck? I said, you can't drive today's diesel vehicles without fixing them. I said, for one, if you have an emissions failure on a new generation diesel, it will lock you out and you're forced to fix it. If you don't add DEF fluid to it, and he's like, what's DEF fluid? I'm like, oh. I said, did they even go over this with you? Did you do any research about this vehicle? He goes, no. I was like, well, you're going to need to learn some things. So I talked to him about fuel filters and how expensive the maintenance is on a diesel, and you can't screw around like your gasoline vehicle. And I said, you're going to pay 3 times the amount, if not more, for an oil change, plus a fuel filter, plus adding DEF fluid all the time. And he's like, oh, man. He goes, they're really looking for this F-150 that I leased. He goes, I should have turned it in a while ago, but they're still looking for it. And he goes, I don't give a shit. So I guess, I don't know if he's paying for it anymore or he's just driving it. He said his credit was shit, but he doesn't care. But it's so destroyed. But that's his business. But, he's just fixing the stuff that he can stay on the road with, and we're waiting for a throttle pedal from the dealer. And he said, is my car going to be ready tomorrow? I said, it should be ready tomorrow or the next day. I said, we did everything else. He goes, how long do you think I can drive on those tires? I'm like, I wouldn't put your children in that truck anymore the way the tires are. He's like, oh, I'm going to go try and find some used tires. And I said, before the rear blows up and locks up, that's going to be another huge problem coming too, dude. I said, but I got it where it's going to start and drive for you. Anything past that, you're going to need to spend some more money. So I guess he's waiting for the repo guy to come get it, because I don't think he's paying. Because you can continue to make your lease payments, but you're supposed to make arrangements with them to extend your lease. I don't take this guy for that kind of guy. He's like, I don't really give a f, and that's the way it's going to be. And I was like, wow, okay, whatever. I mean, I guess they don't have GPS on it, and they're not really looking for it at a Meineke shop for repair, so they're not going to find it with me. But although they could, if they have text metrics, point of sale type of stuff. But once the invoice is generated, they might be able to track him down a little bit. But I mean, yeah, the truck is basically beat to crap. I mean, he should just fix it and just buy it out at this point. I mean, he's got to spend all this money just to keep driving it. But when you're not making a car payment on it, and what does he care? I mean, it's just money in his pocket. But yeah, if you're driving a leased vehicle, you are responsible for repairs and maintenance that are not covered by the warranty. Thanks for watching.